Hi, let's understand the conceptual idea about a VPC with one private subnet. The configuration for this scenario or setup requires a VPC with a single public subnet. And here you can see this internet gateway is connected to enable the communication over the internet. So we recommend this configuration if you need to run a single tier or public facing web application such as blog or a simple website. Then you can create a public subnet. So here you can see that this is my reason. I have created the VPC, and then inside the VPC I have created a subnet. As I told you in the previous lecture, when you create a subnet, initially it is a private subnet because this subnet is connected to the main route table, and this main route table is not connected to internet gateway, or we can say we have not done any changes in the rules of the route table. So to make it public, I have to first create a internet gateway. So here you can see I have created a internet gateway, and then I will come to my this route table. This is my main route table which is created with the VPC. I will edit this main route table, and I will put a route here, or we can say a rule here. In the rule I am going to define that this route table is going to attached with this internet gateway. So it means that if any of the subnet is going to attach with this main route table, will have the internet connectivity. I told you that once you create a subnet, it is connected to your main route table. So this is the default behavior, and this route table is connected to the internet gateway. Now next time when you create any subnet, that is going to be public only, because a new subnet will be created, and that new subnet will be connected to your main route table, the route table which was created with the VPC, and this route table is connected with this internet gateway. So this gateway that you have to create manually, and this is basically used to provide the internet connectivity to your VPC subnets. So this way you can provide the internet connectivity to your subnet. But if you'll see that this is not an ideal way of creation the subnets. My ideal way of creation of subnet is that when I create a subnet, initially it should be private, and as per the requirement I can make my private subnet to the public subnet. So how we can make this one? So the best the approach is that this is your main route table, and this is another route table. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create another route table, right? And I'm going to create one internet gateway, and this internet gateway I'm going to attach with this route table. And one more thing, for a VPC there would be only one internet gateway, or in simple words, one VPC can be connected with one internet gateway. So I have created this route table, and internet gateway I have already created, and I will go to this route table, the new route table, and will add it. I'm going to add a route, or with simple word, going to add a rule. In the rule I am going to define this route table is connected with this internet gateway. Now I'm going to create this public subnet. As I told you that when you create a subnet, the subnet is going to attach with your main route table. This is the default behavior. It means that any subnet you are going to create, it's a private subnet. But my requirement, I want a subnet should be public as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this main route table, and I'm going to remove this subnet, and then again I'm going to this route table, and going to add this subnet. So this subnet is now a part of this route table, and this route table is connected with this internet gateway. So this subnet will have the internet connectivity, and this subnet is still connected with your main route table, and this main route table is not connected with any of the internet gateway. So this is private. If you're going to create any instances inside this private subnet, there won't be any internet connectivity. So you can create your critical servers inside this private subnet, and to access your instances that is in private subnet from the corporate network, you need this virtual private gateway, and this gateway will be connected to the corporate network gateway using the VPN connection. So this is one way to access the instances which is in private subnet. And to access these instances, you can access with the help of internet connectivity. If anybody is having the internet connectivity, they can access these instances, because these instances will have an public IP as well. So you need to enable the public IP as well. So with the help of public IP, you can access. Another way to access this private subnet, you can access the instances of your public subnet first from the internet. Suppose you are sitting in some corporate network and you have the access to this public subnet because it is in public network. Once you will be inside this public subnet, from here you can access your private subnets, because this public subnet and this private subnet is a part of this VPC. So these instances will have an private IP as well as public IP. This private subnet instances will have only the private IP. So the private IP of this instance would able to communicate with the private IP of this public subnet instances. So that's all for this lecture. No worries, we'll have a lot of lab sessions. Once you will do the lab session, your concepts will be cleared. That's all. We'll see you in the next lecture.